As I'm sitting here thinking about and wanted to share with you for a devotion today and some motivation for each of you is I wanted to remind you, or if you haven't heard of the biblical story that's in the Bible of Joseph and the Pharaoh. So Joseph, when he was young, he had a vision. Kind of shared that with the or a dream, and he shared it with his family. And his brothers didn't really like that. They didn't like the fact of like bowing down to their brother. So what happened is he ended up getting sold into slavery. They told his parents that he died. So they're thinking, oh man, my kid's not alive anymore. And he, Joseph, he always had favor in God's eyes. Um, he was staying with um, Potiphar, and he was working for him. And Potiphar's wife tried to get him to do what he shouldn't be doing, and he turned her down. And he was like, no, and he fled. And he ended up getting locked up, put into prison. But while he was there, he was a model citizen. He favored in the eyes of God, and he finally did. He finally, eventually, he would get out. Pharaoh had these dreams, and he couldn't figure out the interpretation. Nobody could figure out the interpretation. So they asked. Pharaoh ended up. What happened is Pharaoh ended up asking Joseph, and Joseph ended up, with the help of God, ended up being able to interpret the dreams that he had. So basically, what the dreams were showing him is that they would have 7 years of prosperity and then 7 years of famine. So Pharaoh, having wisdom and being wise and listening to Joseph, they went ahead and they stocked up on their grains and wheat and food and all of that. So that way, guess what? So, and Joseph ended up becoming second in command to Pharaoh. So when you think about it, you look back on what he told his brothers and his family, and it ended up coming to pass. Now, it did take some time, and he had to go through some hardships. You know, he had to go through prison and go through that, and then finally getting to the point of, being able to interpret those dreams for Pharaoh, and Pharaoh making him like second in command. You know, but it all happened in God's timing. See, a lot of us were rushing things. We're rushing God's timing, or God's like preparing you for stuff, or He might say, "Hey, there's a famine coming. You need to prepare." And then, or like say, for example, you have all the farmers out there saying, "We're not going to be able to feed everybody." Well, guess what? God's already been warning people of upcoming famines that are going to happen. So the question is, and I want to motivate you, be wise like Joseph. Be wise like Pharaoh was wise and listened to Joseph. They stocked up on their grains. You don't have to stock up on luxury items. Guess what? Rice, beans, you're not going to starve. That's going to give you substance. So add that now. So I want to motivate you through this message is to be wise, to listen to God, do everything in God's timing. And if God is warning you and saying, "Hey, there's famines coming," hello, listen to Him. Be like Pharaoh and Joseph. So that's my challenge for each of you today. I'm sorry I didn't have my Bible on me. I'm in my car. But I wanted to I remember that story, and I wanted to share that with you for your devotion today, to encourage you all to be wise and have wisdom, and always prepare. Be prepared. Always be prepared. When God says something's happening, then you do. Be wise in listening. So wisdom is your motivation for today, to be wise, to listen, and to wait on God, and be obedient. Love you all. God bless you all. And I'll catch you all tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye.